In this video tutorial, we are going to learn how to divide two rational numbers. Now, if you have two rational numbers, let's say A or B, and then it is divided by C or D. What you do is you have to write A or B times multiply reciprocal of C or D. What does that mean? Reciprocal of C or D means that you take this numerator and place it at the place of denominator, and you take this denominator and place it at the place of numerator. Therefore, this becomes D or C. So this is A or B times D or C. Now this becomes A times D or B times C. Okay, that's a multiplication that we have already discussed in our previous videos. I'll put the links to the video tutorials for addition, multiplication and subtraction of rational numbers in the description below. Now, same thing here. This becomes 2 over 3 times reciprocal of 4 over 7. So reciprocal of 4 over 7 means what? 4 will go at the place of 7, that is numerator becomes denominator and denominator becomes numerator. So this gives you 2 over 3 times 7 over 4. If you solve it, it comes 14 over 12. Now, if you look at these two numbers, that is 14 and 12, you can see that you have the highest common factor as 2. And if you want to simplify it, this is also the correct answer. But if you want to simplify it, then just divide numerator with 2, that is the highest common factor, and the denominator with 2, that is with the highest common factor, and you get 7 over 6. So even this is the simplified form of 14 over 12. In this case, again, it should be 11 over 3 times, that is multiplication, reciprocal of minus 4 over 7. So reciprocal of minus 4 over 7 means that this minus 4 will become the denominator and this denominator becomes numerator, that is 7 becomes at the place of minus 4. So 11 over 3 times 7 over minus 4, and this gives you 11 times 7 over 3 times minus 4. So this is 77 over minus 12. Now, if you look at these two numbers, there is no highest common factor. Therefore, you cannot simplify it further. But there is one more way to, in fact, two ways to write the answer, the same thing. This is 7 over minus 12. You can write it as minus 77 over 12. That is, you can take this minus sign to the numerator, or you can write it as minus in the center, then 77 over 12. And how? For that, you have to watch our previous videos. Okay, I have discussed this particular point in addition of rational numbers, in subtraction of rational numbers, and in multiplication of rational numbers. But always remember one thing, that this is of the form p over minus q, right? Rational number. So this p over minus q is actually equal to, or let me write it in this way. If your rational number is of the form p minus p over q, then this is equal to p over minus q, and both these two can be written as this minus sign in the center, then P over Q. Its proof is in our earlier videos. So these are another two ways to write this answer. Now, minus 1 over 13 divided by 7 over 3. So this becomes minus 1 over 13 times reciprocal of 7 over 3. This gives you minus 1 over 13 times 3 over 7, and this becomes minus 1 times 3 divided by 13 times 7, and this becomes minus 3 over 7 times 3 is 21 and 2 91. Okay, now there is no highest common factor, therefore you cannot simplify it further. So this is one answer. Another way can be 3 over minus 91. This is another way to write the answer, and another way to write the answer is minus sign in the middle and then 3 over 91. Okay, here this is minus 7 over minus 3 divided by minus 11 over minus 10. Now, as you can see that both the numerators are negative and both the denominators are also negative. So okay, first write it like this: minus 7 times over minus 3, and this becomes what? Reciprocal of minus 11 over minus 10 becomes minus 10 over minus 11. Okay, we have discussed this one point in our earlier videos, that if your rational number is of the form minus P over minus Q, then it is nothing else but P over Q. How and what's the proof? That's we have covered in our earlier video. So you have to remember this thing. So convert them, write them as 7 over 3 times 10 over 11, and this becomes 7 times 10, 3 times 11. This gives you 70 over 33. Now, there is no highest common factor of 70 and 33. Therefore, you cannot simplify it further, and it is the answer for this one. Now, one last point that's really very important is multiplication of reciprocals. So, what does that mean? It means that if your rational number is A over B, okay, if it is A over B, and if you multiply this A over B with reciprocal of A over B, again, if you are multiplying A over B with reciprocal of this same number, then what's the reciprocal of A over B? Clearly it is B over A, right? Sorry, I should write like this. Reciprocal of A over B will be B over A. B goes at the place of A and A comes at the place of B. So if you look at this one, this becomes A over B times B over A, right? So if you solve this, this becomes AB. A and B are any arbitrary number, right? So, and this becomes BA. Now BA can also be written in the form of BA means AB only. So this becomes 1. I'll show you with an example, with taking by number. Let's say your rational number is 2 over 3. Now what's the reciprocal of 2 over 3? The reciprocal of 2 over 3 is what? 3 over 2. So if you have to multiply this 2 over 3 with reciprocal of 2 over 3, this is actually 2 over 3 times 3 over 2. This gives you what? 2 times 3 and 3 times 2. 6 over 6. So this goes as highest common factor is 6 only. You get 1. So whenever you multiply a rational number with its reciprocal, you always get 1 as the answer. Okay, it's always fixed. Another important thing, that whenever you have to divide, let's say your rational number is A or B, and if you have to divide the same this rational number with the same rational number, like this one, so clearly the answer in this case will always be 1, because let's say you have to divide 2 with 2 by 2, right, or 4 divided by 4. In all these cases you are going to get 1 only. The quotient will be 1 only. So doesn't matter whether the number is integer or fractional number or rational number, doesn't matter. If you are dividing a number with the same number, then you'll get back 1 only. That's important. Okay.